Hey everybody, welcome back to another Nuri Peptide Deep Dive. Last week we talked all about BPC 157 and TB 500 and their amazing implications to support wound healing, tissue regrowth, and the creation of new blood vessels. Today we are going to follow along that same tract of regenerative peptides. And today, the implications of what we're going to be able to talk about are wide, far and few in between. This peptide is a wonder for skin tightening, wrinkle reduction, collagen production, fibroblast activation, angiogenesis, hair follicle widening. Yes, that's right. We are talking about GHK-Cu. Now, GHK was first discovered in 1973 by Lauren Pickard. And like most things in science, it was an accidental discovery that came from an initial question of what if. So Pickard was running an experiment where he wanted to see what would happen if he took the liver cells of an older individual, 60 to 80 years old, and he put them in a petri dish, and he introduced the plasma, or the nutritious part of our blood. If he introduced the plasma of a younger person around 20 years old to that petri dish with the older liver cell, what would happen? Well, Pickard was surprised to find out that the liver cells in the petri dish started behaving as if they were only 20-year-old liver cells, even though they were 80. The proteins that they were making, the synthesis processes that they were going through, every marker showed that this 80-year-old liver cell was now behaving like a 20-year-old liver cell after being introduced to a 20-year-old's plasma. Now, Pickard looked at this and he said, well, what is doing this? What could possibly be the cause? So after a little bit more investigation, him and his team discovered the peptide GHK. Now, GHK is normally found in our bodies. It's found in our plasma, in our urine, and our saliva. The thing is like with most aspects of our bodies, we produce a lot more of it when we're young. At 20 years old, the plasma concentration of GHK is about 200 nanograms per milliliter. And by the age of 60, it has declined all the way to 80 nanograms per milliliter. Now, keep that in mind as we talk about the effects of what GHK does in the body, because over time, you're going to get fewer and fewer of those effects. And of course, they will be at a decreased intensity. So as we age, our natural messaging systems and our natural processes, they get run down just like everything else. Now, with GHK, that's particularly a problem with our hair and our skin. GHK has a lot of actions in endothelial cells. So endothelial cells are the cell types that make up our tissues, our skin tissue. You got the epidermis, the dermis, the subcutaneous, our connective tissues. It has great properties in how those tissues regenerate themselves. So from the process of injury all the way to regenerating back to baseline, GHK plays a vital role in the regulation of how that process is performed. Now, based on the current research that is out there about GHK, we know about a lot of its benefits. Namely, GHK is established to be able to tighten loose skin and reverse thinning of aged skin, repair protective skin barrier proteins, improve the firmness, elasticity, and clarity of our skin, reduce fine lines, depth of wrinkles, improve structure of aged skin, smooth rough skin, reduce photo damage, mottled hyperpigmentation, skin spots, and lesions. It can even improve overall skin appearance, stimulate wound healing, protect the skin cells from UV rays, as well as reduce inflammation and free radical damage and increase hair growth and the thickness of each hair follicle, restoring some male. Now I know you might be thinking, Josh, that's a lot of benefits. I don't know if it can really do that much. Well, don't worry, we're gonna go into exactly how all of those things happen with the introduction of GHK. First, let's think about the process of injury. When we're injured on a cellular level, certain cells are getting crushed and destroyed. In that process of those cells getting crushed, the extracellular matrix around the cells releases certain proteins that again are going to be messengers to the body to do something. Now, it's thought that when those tissues are crushed, that the extracellular matrix is releasing a trigger for GHK. And throughout that trigger, the GHK is stimulating the production of collagen through dermal fibroblasts. So let's think about this. As soon as our cell crushes, the juice that comes out of it signals for GHK to, at the point of injury, increase collagen production from the dermal fibroblasts that are responsible for rebuilding that cell and getting you back to baseline. This already happens in the body. Normal injury, you will release GHK, it will help you heal. The problem is, how much GHK do you have in your body? How much are you still producing at the age that you're at? GHK therapy is the introduction of additional GHK to supercharge these same pathways. So when we're older and we're getting injured, that response of the dermal fibroblasts and the collagen production and the actin filaments and everything traveling to that area, it's a whole lot slower and less effective than it was when we were younger. So that's the whole benefit of why GHK therapy is able to enhance these things. It's things that we already do, but we're giving an extra messenger to tell the body to do it stronger. Now, how do these mechanisms of dermal fibroblast and collagen production and the glycosaminoglycans, how does that have anything to do with skin or hair? The extracellular matrix that builds the structure of our cell, that is responsible for the firmness and the structure of each individual cell. So if we're building a house, we want a very strong structure, we want a smooth outside surface, we want tight bonds so things aren't gonna break apart, we're not gonna have sagging, we're not gonna have wrinkles, right? That's what we want our skin to do. We want it to be a strong structure with a healthy, supported extracellular matrix. Well, that's exactly what GHK helps to provide. It's going to stimulate those tighter bonds between the cells and the extracellular matrices that make them up. It's going to tighten those bonds. It's going to increase elastin, and so that you have that tightness, that skin tightness that you want around your eyes, around your cheeks, around your neck. GHK is responsible in all of those mechanisms and retaining that structure of the epithelial cells. And don't just take my word for it. We have plenty of studies here where GHK has been put up against many other skincare routines, different serums, different vitamins, and every time it outperformed it. Check this out. A number of clinical studies confirmed GHK's ability to improve appearance of aging skin. A facial cream containing GHK-Cu applied for 12 weeks to the facial skin of 71 women with mild to advanced signs of photoaging increased skin density and thickness, reduced laxity, improved clarity, and reduced fine lines and the depth of wrinkles compared to over a placebo. A GHK-Cu eye cream applied for 12 weeks around the eye area of 41 women with advanced photo damage performed better than placebo and vitamin K cream. It contributed to the reduction of lines and wrinkles, improved overall appearance, and increased skin density and thickness. Final and most important study that proves the efficacy of GHK was a double-blind, placebo-controlled study that examined GHK versus a popular peptide skin serum called Matrixyl 3000. Matrixyl 3000 is a combination serum that uses oligopeptide and tetrapeptide 7, and the results of what happened compared to GHK were immense. Over 8 weeks, female volunteers applied a nanolipid GHK twice a day to the face, and another group of women applied the Matrixyl 3000. GHK produced a 31.6% reduction of wrinkle volume compared to the control serum. Let that sink in. 31.6% more effective than the best thing on the market. On top of that, compared to the control, GHK-Cu reduced a total wrinkle volume of 55.8% and a wrinkle depth of 32.8. So overall, much more skin tightening, wrinkle reduction, clarity of the skin, and we haven't even touched the hair growth benefits. GHK has an amazing ability to widen the thickness of your follicle and give you fuller, thicker hair, and that is specific to the hair follicles on your head. I'm telling you guys, this is an amazing peptide. The reaches are so far, there's so many immense implications and applications for this peptide. Thank you so much for joining me again on the Peptide Deep Dive. Appreciate you all being here. If you're looking for any more educational materials, go ahead and hit up our blog, read our newsletter, make sure you're signed up for that. And I will see you guys next time with another Peptide Deep Dive. I'm Josh Dixon. I'll see you later.